Okay, so update on the subwoofer. Fortunately, it has stopped working. Oof. Yeah. I kind of suspected because that thing was doing then. Um, when you leave it still, it will not play. Don't produce sound. But immediately you press it down a little, then it will start to work. So eventually, I don't know what they will do there, and that will make it not to last. But I was thinking maybe it will last for a while, who knows. Anyway, so it stopped working today. That was, I don't know whether it lasted up to 24 hours. Yeah. I'm not even sure I was up to 24 hours. Okay, maybe it did. And just stopped working. Well, so let's just say maximum 12 hours. As in use, okay, let's just say usage. Yeah, it was basically, it wasn't even up to 12 hours. Let's just say I use it for like 3 hours. It stopped working, you know. Well, I mean 3 hours within 24 hours, it just stopped working. Okay, so I didn't even bother to check to know what was it, whether if I touch it again, you know what it takes to dismantle that place to access it. So I'm not going to do that. So, so let me shut this music down. Anyway, well, it was fun while it lasted, and at least I tried. The reason why I didn't go for my intention there was to go and buy that aftermarket. You know that type they usually they normally put under the seat. You know those subwoofer, aftermarket subwoofer. They put under the seat, but of course it will not enter this one. I think those ones are usually for all this SUV seat, that sit high. So for this type, it won't be difficult. You won't be able to enter a car seat. I mean, car they don't have space under. Anyway, so my intention was to buy and mount it at the back seat, face inside the boot. And unfortunately, I was like, okay, before I even go do that, after I discussed with one person I know that I've tried it, it's 407, and said, let me even find out for him. So he suggested, is it not better I test the one I have? Because initially I've been thinking that this issue was from inside the amp. Since I bought the car, it wasn't working. So I never thought for once that it could actually be the speaker. I was like, how come all the speakers are working and then it will be subwoofer? In fact, it didn't even cross my mind that it would be subwoofer speaker that was failed. So I thought it probably was amp issue, so I didn't bother until I checked. So anyway, it was 8,000 Naira. It served me for about 3 hours. So eventually I will be going back to buy the aftermarket, that type. There are so many brands I've seen. Some are price are above my budget, some within my budget. Those big round ones, I don't want to buy those things because whether I can afford it or not, it's not even the issue. Affordability is not my problem on that case. That in this case, but my issue is that space. My Z9 I may end up with, it's still working well. I put on my Z9 like I mentioned earlier, part 1, but that space it occupies is what I don't like. A whole 607 that has huge boot, yet I won't be able to use it well because the speaker took almost half of the size of the boot. So it's a big concern. So that's why I'll likely go for that small one. But for what I gathered, no matter what, it won't sound as good as those big ones. But we'll see. But there's one guy put it in his 508 and it sounds very well. That's flat type I'm talking about. So I'll likely go to that route. But you know they have capacity, so the capacity will also determine the quality, the sound production. The only issue I have, let me show you guys. Issue I have with this, because it's going to be mounted at the back. If I drop this thing down, it will both either here or here, but will likely be this side. My issue is I wouldn't want it to come to this side, because the one they put on that 508, they bolted it here, they screwed it on this thing, so you won't be able to open it anymore to access inside the boot. Not that I actually use it though, because I can drop this seat down, but I wouldn't want anything to touch this thing, because that screw will now even perforate it. So that's my concern. It's something I have to figure out. Honestly, I have to figure out how to go about it. Obviously it has to be this side, not this side, unless we may have to, instead of keeping this side flat like this, then probably we may have to place it like this. I don't know, we'll see. But whatever happens, I don't want you to touch this, honestly. Even if it's going to occupy this space, fine, but I don't want anything to screw here. That's my only issue. We'll see, but eventually that's the one I will go for. So that's what I'm going to go for. I'm not in a hurry though, because after I've been using this car for years like this. Of course it's JBL, as you can see, so it's not as if these ones are not producing good quality sound. Just that I don't know, I just don't, without the subwoofer we really enjoy it that much, especially when the car starts gaining speed. All those bass will fade away. In that case, you now have to increase the volume of the radio to hear it better. Especially once you put this Android, this thing, it doesn't work with speed. The vehicle speed doesn't work with the volume anymore, where it has to automatically adjust itself. Probably I could do it on the setting. I've not bothered to go there to activate it anyway. Okay, so just want to update. Of course, I still have the option to look for another used one, because remember I tried to use one, I couldn't find. What I mean used one, I'm talking of OEM. I couldn't find. The good thing about that OEM, that space, the way they put it, you won't have any issue with any speaker disrupting any luggage in the boot. So they packed it inside in such a way that it won't affect any space for you in the boot. But if I put it anywhere now, then it will, because I know if you are dropping the rear seat, if you want to put something, it means you have to be careful so it doesn't damage the speaker, the subwoofer. So yeah, soon I'm going to do a part 3. Will I call it? Okay, no, it won't be a part 3 now, because this will probably be the end of it. So when I'm replacing it, it will be a different video on this because we'll now look at how does that one sound. Honestly, I wish I had did a video to show you guys the sound when we worked, but then I will get copyright strike on my YouTube, so that's why I didn't include it on my part 1 video of this subject. On this subject I meant. So okay, so well, that's how it is. So it's still high. Okay, so guys, we'll keep you guys updated as soon as I get the new one. I don't know when, but I know as soon as possible. I would prefer to buy and install immediately, but I won't have that time. So I'm thinking maybe I should just buy it and keep. When I have time, I'm thinking to do it probably during the holiday, December holiday. I'll buy it. I'll buy keep. They will do that holiday. I can do that. But my only problem is you lose the warranty after 7 days. In fact, for what they are telling me, after that day, if you buy the subwoofer, I spoke with the person. He said if I buy, who's calling me? I'll call you. Need to pick this call. Anyway, let me finish. So the guy said, once I pick it from the place, mount it, and for what he was saying, that he will need somebody. He has to give me somebody to install it, because if I go and do the installation myself and it doesn't work, then he will assume that I spoiled it by myself. Normally, this type of thing, I prefer to do the installation myself. Unfortunately, I may have to go with, So it's one of the things. I would have wanted to buy it, keep it. Then when I have the time, I do the installation. After all, even this Android, I did it myself. This kind of things, I like doing it myself. But in order not to lose that money, I will just have to accept his condition, pay that little amount of money for the person to do the installation, and if it works, fine. Alright, so we'll see how it goes. Like and subscribe, and watch out for more videos. Alright.